Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over SENSStock Holdings, ticker symbol SENS. Now, we have some really good updates for SENS today, that being their short interest, as well as some executives buying back some shares of SENSStock stock. So that is some very bullish news for SENSStock, as when executives sell shares, that can be considered very bearish news and can send the stock price down. Why, if they buy back shares and add to their position when the stock price is falling, that could reverse that and is known as bullish confirmation. So that is something interesting that we'll be touching on later in the video. We'll also be going over some technical analysis for you guys to help you better manage your trades, as well as ensure some gains when you're trading SENSStock stock. So you definitely want to hear more about that a little later in the video. But before we get into any of that great information, if you guys enjoy this content, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out new videos. And I just hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. So thank you so much for all the support on this channel. I really do appreciate it. And to kind of celebrate 1,000 subscribers, I have a really cool surprise coming out for you guys a little later this week. So keep your eye out for that. But also, I have my Webull linked down below, where if you use that, sign up, put in $100, you can get two free stocks valued up to $1,800, guys. And I also get some free stocks in that process as well. So if you are interested in using that, you can get some free stocks for yourself and help support this channel as well. So if you're interested in that, use my Webull linked down below. But with that being said, let's get right into this video. Alright, guys, we are here on the daily chart here on SENSStock, and I kind of want to go over some recent price action to give you an idea on what we're looking for here on SENSStock. In my last SENSStock video, I discussed on this daily chart how we were expecting either price to reject off of this support or break below the 233 support line that we have drawn, and it looks like in the pre-market we will be very close to the support line. So we will either be rejecting off of it or not rejecting and closing below today on that support line. And if we do close below, we will be expecting price to come and fill this empty wick here. What we talk a lot about on this channel is huge empty wicks like that, especially on a big time frame like the daily chart. Is those empty wicks are like breadcrumbs for price to end up following. So if this does come below the support line here, we will expect it to come all the way down to our support line at $1.89. So today on this chart for SENSStock is a very important day to either reject or come down below that support, and that is what we'll be looking for. We also have our resistance lines up here, and we are still trading below the 50 EMA as well as above the 200 EMA, and it looks like we are crossing down into some oversold territory on the RSI, so that is something to keep an eye on as well. But let's get right into this SENSStock update and how these executives have been buying back shares. So if we go into their SEC filings, we can come over here and take a look at all of the executives that have recently purchased and bought back some of these shares on SENSStock. So we can actually click on this very first one, being this is the SEC Form 4, so we can see exactly who's buying shares and how much. So we can see the name Stephen DeFalco, who is on the executive board of SENSStock. He has bought back 7,279 shares at 258 cents. So that is the price point, and you can now currently get shares of SENSStock below that price point. So you can get an even more discounted price than what the executives were buying shares back at. And now he currently owns 1,218,601 shares of SENSStock. So that is very important to note as well, that this is a very bullish move of these executives for SENSStock, that they are buying back shares because they believe that the stock price will go up from where it currently is. So if we come back, we can also see some more of the executives that have been buying back shares. If we go to this one, we can see on this SEC Form 4 that we have Stephen Edelman, who is also buying back shares. He has bought 4,602 shares at $2.58, bringing his total amount of shares to 429,279 shares. So he has very much less ownership in this company, but he still has substantial ownership in SENS. So if we come back down, we can also see the next person that has been buying back shares on this SEC Form 4 is Edward Florentino. So he has bought 4,941 shares at, again, a $2.58 price point, and then he has bought back total shares of 442,875. So he is also increasing his shares because he believes that this company will continue to grow in the future. Now, coming back, we can see the next executive that has bought back shares coming to Douglas Prince. Now, he has bought 2,919 shares at, again, a $2.58 price point, and he has bought 368,334 shares in total. So now coming back, we can see the final person who has bought back shares on this SEC Form 4 being Justin Klein. Now, he has bought 2,470 shares at a $2.58 price point to bring his total amount of shares to 369,186. And again, I would like to point out that this is a very bullish move for the executives of SENSStock to be doing. Them buying back shares is a trigger for us to know that this is what they believe to be the bottoming out of this kind of bearish momentum that we've seen on SENS. And I know there has been some pretty bad days, especially on Friday. We saw a drop of 10.34%. So this is letting us know that from this, point that we are currently at, they believe that price will be coming up from here, and this will be the bottom of this bearish trend. However, I just wanted to point out that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So everything I discuss on this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So please do your own due diligence on these trade guides and trade based on your own opinions. With that being said, I still do believe that this could be the bottom of this bearish range unless we do continue to the downside, and we will fill that wick that I discussed earlier. So we are in a very sensitive position here on SENSStock. So you definitely need to keep your eye on this technical chart side of this as well. But let's move on to this short interest that we've seen, and I think this has contributed to pushing this stock price down and is basically one of the reasons why we have not seen massive gains in this hyper growth company. So if we come over here, we can see that their short volume ratio for SENS is around 30%. And if we come down here a little bit further, we can also see that this has been around 30% for a while, and anything above 20% is unusually high as a short interest for any stock. SENS is now one of the highest shorted stocks on the market, and this is definitely a possible short squeeze situation. However, in my opinion, they do not need a short squeeze to be successful, but it's something that could definitely push them up and push their stock price up in the more shorter term, where I see this as a long-term play on this company for myself. However, that is just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Moving back, we can go to the chart on SENSStock to hit some technical analysis and help you guys better manage your trades and ensure some gains. So if we come back over here, we already discussed what we wanted to see on the daily chart, and that is more for a long-term position. However, if we come down to the 30-minute time frame, we can get some more shorter-term confirmations on this chart. So it does seem that we will be opening right on this support at $2.32. So with this daily chart or this daily candle being very, very important, we want to see definitely bullish green candles to show us that we will be continuing to the upside and testing this resistance at $2.46. And from there, we will be wanting to test the 50 EMA as well as the 200 EMA. So that is what we will be wanting to see from this short-term confirmation. And also something to point out is that we are now in oversold territory on the RSI. And that is something that we want to see push out of. And like we saw in the recent times of this being oversold, we saw that pushing up. So that went from about $2.49 all the way to around $2.63 at close to the peak. So if we are headed into oversold territory, this could mean we will be pushing out of that and head into a more median area. So we'll be looking for that as well. But on these trades, if this does continue to reject off of this, we will be putting our first partial profits here at $2.46. And taking those partial profits is a way to ensure gains and help grow your account. Also, in doing so, you would want to put stops just below the support here, just in case it does reject below the support. At that time, you will be taken out because that will be a bearish sign. So you do not want to be in the stock if this is trending bearish. You would want to be on a shorter term trade be in this only for the bullish momentum. With that being said, as price moves up to your first price point, trail your stop loss. So at that time, if it does continue to move down, you are taken out at a time where you will definitely be getting gains. Now, how much of that you are willing to risk is totally up to you. And I would just make sure that you are either using a percentage of your position or trailing stop loss based on candle structure. That again is completely up to you. But that is all I had for you guys on SENSStock, ticker symbol SENS. If you enjoyed this video and you found value in it, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos, and I also have my Webull linked down below if you would be interested in using that. But as always, guys, I hope you have an excellent day, get some gains in the markets, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.